All right, I've got a pretty quick video today. I wanted to address a question that I get quite often, and that is, how are you not covered in ticks? You're going to be covered in ticks, and rolling around in the bushes, you're going to get ticks on you. And that's very true. There's a lot of ticks. I live in the western United States, and especially in the springtime, we get a lot of ticks. Now, I know other parts of the countries, they have other critters and ticks, and I'm not going to address that. Just speaking to what I know here in this area. I'm not an expert. And I would encourage you to do your own research. There are things that ticks carry that you do not want. All right, and we'll just leave it at that. They got some nasty diseases. Tip number one is to know your habitat. Any place that's frequented by warm-blooded animals is probably going to have ticks, especially on game trails and bedding areas and transition zones from feeding, that sort of thing. And if you can avoid those areas, you can avoid the majority of where the ticks are kind of concentrated. That's what I've seen anyways. Unfortunately, when we go out in the outdoors, we are generally looking to go spend time in those areas. So that's not really a great option. The next thing, I guess, the first line of protection, I guess, is your clothing. You definitely do not want to wear a shirt like this. Okay, you've got all these creases and folds, and the coloration is all wrong. The ticks can get up in these excess folds and hide out until you get home, or you get in your vehicle, or you go to sleep and crawl out and get on you. The other thing is the coloration. This would be very hard to spot a small tick on. All right, so what I suggest is wearing clothing like this, lighter colors, all right, and solid colors. It's very easy to spot a tick on something like this. And at least you know when you go into an area and you get 6 of them on you within 2 minutes, it's a pretty heavily infested area and maybe you want to go elsewhere. All right, the other thing you can do is tuck your t-shirt into your pant line and pull your socks up, wear longer socks, anything that's going to slow them from getting onto your skin. All right, in extreme cases, you can actually tuck your socks over your pants so that they don't have a way to get into your pants and crawl up your leg. Generally, what I've found is they like to crawl upwards and get into crevices in your body, underneath the armpit, especially towards the back here, and anywhere on the neckline, on your hairline, that sort of thing. Short hair is definitely an advantage. The other thing I would say is always do a tick check at the end of the day. I've done this many times. I know it sounds kind of weird, but you want to pull everything off, get down to your skivvies, and just look yourself over. Because when you're out there hiking around and being active, you're probably not going to feel a very small tick crawling on your body. And they're very good at that. And they can, if you brush something, they latch onto your body, and it can be extremely hard to actually brush them off even before they latch onto you and bite. All right. The other thing is to take your clothing that you suspect is contaminated, and like your hunting clothes, your outer layer, and you can wrap all that up if you're just out on a day trip or whatever, and you can put that in a plastic bag and tie it shut until you get home and can wash it. Wash it like you do your laundry. And definitely, it's not so much the water that kills them, but the high heat in the dryer is what's going to kill them. Right? That's been my experience anyways. Okay, so outside of that, some other good preventative and probably the most effective things that I've found are, unfortunately, applying chemicals to yourself and your clothing. All right, now, one of the best things I found is this permethrin. This stuff actually works pretty good in my opinion. I've had good luck with this. Follow the directions, it's pretty simple. Essentially, you get your clothing, you spray it on the outside of your clothing, and then you let it dry. And it'll last for quite a while, and it will actually last through a couple of washings. But what I have found is that ticks do not like this. I've had them get on my pant leg or my boot and actually just drop off. I don't think it kills them. I think it just, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but they don't seem to like this at all. You can use this on tents and sleeping bags. Again, the stuff that doesn't contact your skin, the outside layer, to deter them. So I've had good luck with this. Hats, everything, socks, boots. This has worked out pretty good for me. So this is one brand. There's quite a few different brands. I will put some links down below if you need help finding this stuff. The other thing, unfortunately, is just the old bug spray. Now, this stuff has DEET in it, D-E-E-T. Some people don't like that stuff. I don't really care for it. And the DEET can actually eat into things like these glasses. You got these rubber parts, fishing pole handles, any type of rubberized gear. You want to be careful around DEET because it will actually eat it and turn it into gummy yuck. Unfortunately, this stuff does work. I found this stuff works very well for keeping critters off you. Biting flies, mosquitoes, and ticks, none of them seem to like this stuff. There are some more natural chemicals like lemon oil and I think eucalyptus oil and those type, whatever. I have used those. They work okay when freshly applied, but it seems like they just do not last. This stuff seems to work pretty much all day, and I've had pretty good luck with it. Another thing to remember too is if you have pets like a dog or whatnot, you want to take care of them too. There's stuff that you can get for them, such as the collars or the little drops that go at the base of their neck, especially around the house. My cat loves to go do cat things, and he's come home with ticks on him quite a few times, unfortunately. Brings him in the house. Anyway, so that's something, if you're out camping or hunting or whatnot, or just, you know, hiking, they can bring those back into your vehicle and back into your house. So it's something to be aware of. All right, so that's about all I've got. Pretty quick video, pretty straightforward. Again, I'll leave links down below, and you know, if this helped you out, let me know. Appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.